How much does it cost? So, partner, this is probably the most common question in business. You might have heard it a million times and you might have asked it 1,000 times. And marketing can be a cost or an investment indeed. But it's normal to ask this question, right? Or is it? I will tell you a personal story. But before I do, I know this might be annoying to you, but I still have to ask you to like this video, subscribe and comment partner down below. Thank you. Let me tell you the story now. About 8 or 9 years ago, I went shopping to buy a pair of shoes. Now, shoes were very important for me at that time because my part-time job required me to be standing and walking for hours. Anyhow, I went into a Nike store and a non-brand store and was shopping in order to buy the best value for money option, like any sane person would do, right? And I found two almost identical pair of shoes in the Nike store and in the non-brand store. Really, you would say the shoes from the non-brand store were Nikes. So I put both pairs on, I walked with them, and they both felt very comfortable at the time. But the Nike shoes were about 3 or 4 times the price of the non-brand ones. And I thought to myself, I'm not stupid. And I went on and bought the non-brand ones. Now, can you guess how many times I wore them? Once. It was at work, obviously, and after about 2 hours, they became so uncomfortable, my feet felt like they were on fire. Then I realized I paid a quarter of the price of the Nikes, but just to wear them once. Of course, I went back into the Nike store and bought the Nikes, and I wore them every day for 5 years, summer and winter alike, before they wear off. Then I realized that actually the Nike shoes were a much cheaper alternative than those cheap non-brand ones. So which is the cheapest marketing agency in the world? Is the one that gets you results. And I know it's not the type of answer you would expecting, but think about it. You're thinking about hiring a marketing agency to make more money with your business, and not to save more money, but to make more money. So if your priority is not to make money, but to save money, then don't do anything. That's the cheapest option. And if you don't think about marketing as an investment and you think of it as a cost, then you shouldn't do it. However, if you do decide to hire a marketing agency to promote your business, there's one very important aspect to look for if you don't want to get burned. And you can find what it is in the video that appeared on your screen now. I suggest you watch it after this video. Back to the topic now. The healthy way of thinking about marketing is the way you would about any investment. And let's take real estate, for example. Let's say you want to buy a house or an apartment to rent it out. And let's say you have $300,000 ready in cash for this. Now, all things being equal, you're presented by an agent with a house that costs $150,000 and a house that costs $300,000. However, for some reason, the house that costs $150,000 has an expected rental yield of 7%, while the house that costs $300,000 has an expected rental yield of 10%. If all other things were being equal, I think you would be strange if you wouldn't choose the house that quote-unquote costs more. Why? Because it has a better return on your investment. And the same reasoning should be adopted when we talk about marketing. Marketing should be regarded as an investment, so you should not be worried about the fact that it costs too much or is too expensive, and that is if you can afford it, of course, but rather ask yourself, how much is the expected return on my investment? Look, if I, or anyone for that matter, would ask you for $7,000 at the beginning of the month, but then will make you $8,000 at the end of the month, is that expensive or cheap? That's actually a 15% return on your investment in a month. Now, good luck getting that in real estate. But what if someone asks you for $500 at the beginning of the month, but then doesn't produce anything? Is that expensive or cheap? Well, if you ask me, I would say that is expensive because you just lost $500, whereas in the first example, you just made $1,000. So what is the cheapest marketing agency in the world? Is the one that produces more than it spends, really. And what is the most expensive marketing agency in the world? Is the one that spends more than it produces. And now I must let you know that I'm the owner of Efficient Marketing, a marketing agency that uses efficient marketing to help you serve more people and make more money with your business. And we will effectively advertise your business on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Google. And if this sounds interesting to you, then I would strongly suggest you schedule a free call with me or another member of my team by typing the link that appears on the screen into your browser. Alternatively, you can also find the link in the video description below by clicking on More. See you next time, partner.